what's going on? Oh, what? Oh, there we are. Mic check 1 2 3. Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Friday. Cars on the Move. I'm Jay. We're live with Ty. He's in the transport parking lot. And go ahead and do me a favor. Please do leave a like, share, copy, jump in the live chat. Look at that chat going crazy. Hey, live chat, where are you at? That's what I gotta say. All right, let's go live with Ty. Ty, can you see me and hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Today I'm in a surprise location. I am in a transport parking lot in Springfield, Missouri at 166 Auto Auction. This actually, believe it
Oh,
or not, this was the auction where I started. This was the first auction I ever came to and picked up auction cars. So I've got a lot of sentimentalness. Is that
that's
a word?
awesome. Yeah,
With this
sentimentality.
auction? Yeah.
Sen-
Well, so I had a chance before the show. I got to talk to the GM here, Mike Bradley, super amazing guy, and I got to see a lot of old faces. Every time, where have you been? Oh my God! And I've been here for years. So I got to sit down and spend some time with Mike Bradley, GM. Great guy. I mean, just I love this guy, and here's why. He, I got to talk to him 15, 20 minutes. Walked in, sat down. Hey, which that by itself is cool. Just so you know, to be able to just walk in and sit down with the GM at an auction is like, yeah. Uh, but it was really good to talk to him because he really reiterated, hit home, drove home the fact of what you and I talk about a lot, which is a relationship. This is a relationship business. Technology is great. Technology can definitely help you do certain things, but at the end of the day, it's 100% relationship. And to hear a guy who's been in the business longer than I have in the auction business, he's worked with Manheim, he's been through buyouts, he's been through sellouts, he's still here and running the show. And to hear their numbers and the percentages line up with everything that we hear from our friends at Black Book. So, with the cool part for me though is to know because Tuesday I was in Kansas City at Odessa, Kansas City, or Carvana, not sure what to call it yet. But up there, they ran 450, maybe 500 cars. Down here, little independent auction ran more than 600 cars. So I get excited when I hear independents are killing the heck out of these big boys because it's all a game. And I'm all about seeing the little guy win. So auctions are where it's at. I believe in auctions, physical auctions where real people come and look at cars and buy cars, and then they need somebody to transport them. So getting to know dealers, auctions, and carriers. That's what Friday is all about. And that's
dude,
why I'm in an auction. That's why I'm in a transport parking lot.
cars on the move, dude. In summary, well, and so it's interesting because last Friday we were discussing, celebrating, showcasing the digital auto auction 2.0 setup at Manheim Dallas. So interesting, right? But yeah, how do you build relationships in a digital auto auction 2.0 situation?
Well, okay, so if I'm still a little confused on that, I really need to call Jason Hawk at Black Widow and ask him because I'm going to assume the idea there, you spend all that money and put all those TVs up is so people can come. So that supports the idea of this auction here, which is, and I talked to Kathleen. Kathleen is the lady, she's been here as longer than I have at this auction, Kathleen. When you walk in, the first person you see is Kathleen. Kathleen knows everything and everybody. So you say, hey, Kathleen, how's it going? Great. And so we have this conversation, and the conversation goes to, yeah, all of our dealers hated when COVID happened. None of our dealers liked the masks. Matter of fact, we did our best to not do masks. Matter of fact, we had more people showing up than we ever have. And so she starts talking about the dealers like to touch it. They like to hear it. They like to feel it. They like to bid on it live and see who they're bidding against. And I said, yeah, and you forgot one thing. She said, what's that? I said, it's the relationship. She's like, well, that's a given, Ty. I knew that. You know, she, of course. But so when I'm going back to your Dallas and back to who spent money for these screens, I can't help but think they put that up there like this so people can come and look, right? Why would you spend that money on those screens,
Huh.
$5,000 just for the drawing? How much did it cost to put it up? So nobody's going to come here, or somebody is going to come here. I think somebody is going to come here. I think the point is that it's community, it's relationship. I promise you, it's how we're designed. We have to interact with people.
Well, you're absolutely right. I was thinking the same thing. And what I want to do is, if you missed, and I don't have, we never know exactly what we're going to talk about. And so I don't have everything queued up and ready to go all the time. Although it sometimes might seem that way. I'm going to put in, it was called Digital Auto Auctions 2.0. That is what I called last week's show. And, so I put the link in the live chat, and you can watch that. And I hate to give you homework. I don't mean to do that. And by the way, hey, what's up? Tri-State Specialized Transport is in the live chat. Long time
Hey,
listener,
Trash
first
State,
time caller. Yeah, really cool.
good to see
So
you.
yeah, it's awesome. Thank you. Um, so yes, so here we are, Digital Auto Auction 2.0, Manheim, Dallas, and yeah, they got all these screens, technology, and virtual auctions and all this stuff. And there are chairs lined up in front of all the sports book gamification. And I was thinking the same thing. What are the chairs for? Why would you go there if everything's virtual? I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
It
So,
is.
uh,
Is it a
maybe
movie?
maybe we should still go back to the year of the
Uh-oh.
hybrid. I really
Yeah,
think we're just going to have to go back
yeah,
to the
year
year of
of
the
the
hybrid.
hybrid, yeah.
So one other thing I want to talk about was you had sent a video via email to me, Brian, and somebody else, and said, "Hey, watch this. What do you think?" It was a guy who was wanting to transport cars, or is transporting cars, and he was giving us a breakdown of, what kind of expenses do you have, what kind of revenue, right? And the video. So here's something that everybody needs to know: anybody can make a video, okay? And the trick is to not criticize the guy for the video, because who's making the video, right? I mean, it's easy to sit here and armchair quarterback and say you're stupid and you're dumb, but man, it really does take some energy, some desire, and some motivation to put together a video and share information. So I'm not knocking the guy at all, because that in and of it, and we do video every day. You can make fun of me, Ty's silly, Jay's silly, right? So we understand that, but I personally, I thought, hey, it's a great video. It puts out some basic information. Brian sends back a 4-page email about all the things that could have been better, and I appreciate that. Where I'm going with this is when I talk to people about, I want to start a car hauling company. How do I do that? We always talk about your truck expense. How much is that a month? We talk about your insurance. How much is that a month? We talk about your maintenance. How much is that a month? One thing that we always forget, every single conversation, everybody. Okay, Jay, if I go get a truck driving job, you sent me another one, Jack Cooper, the guy quit. I guess the way I read that, it sounded like the guy drove for Jack Cooper, decided to quit. He's making 120 grand a year, Stinger operator. He's trying to find a job. So where I'm going is I'm saying
There
you
he
can
is.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, I pull this one I have ready. Yeah, this is so interesting. I have almost 2 years of car haul experience at blank. Oh, you already said it. Now that I'm unemployed and looking for a good paying car hauling job that pays around 120 grand, let me know if you know somebody. And this guy said, "Hey man, I made 60." So that's double what I was making. And then he also says, "I'm looking for a job that pays percentage," which I didn't know that. That's news to me. Is that does everybody know that? Do you make percentage as a car haul? I thought it was a flat rate.
No, as a driver, it's percentage. Now you got to be careful, because see, he's coming from Jack Cooper going to the open market. So Jack Cooper's union. Jack Cooper pays different than, say, everybody else, right?
Okay, gotcha.
I've never worked for Jack Cooper, so I'm speculating live, but I know Jack Cooper drivers, and it doesn't sound the same as the way I had my drivers, which was percentage. So standard industry standard has been, if you want to be a car hauler, you get 25% of the gross. So if the gross of the load, you put on 9 cars and you take it down the road and it pays $1,000 for easy numbers, you as a driver get 25% of the 1,000, which equals $250. Now, the $120,000 a year in industry standard, I had drivers make $120,000 all day long. That was my middle driver. My best driver is 150. My worst driver is about 80. Okay, so 80 to 120, and that's been when I had trucks, which has been a while ago. So today, 120, 150 for a hustler really isn't a problem. Okay, do
So,
you get all the benefits? Go
but
ahead.
all right then, Ty. So why don't more people want to be drivers? Seems like most people want to be owner operators and live off load boards. Can you explain that?
Yeah, the this is a culture problem in our community. So our community is car haulers. As car haulers, we have a culture problem because nobody wants to talk about how difficult car hauling is. It's not about making money. So the guy who goes and drives for somebody and says, "This is stupid. I want to go and get my own truck and my own trailer," they don't understand why it's stupid. They don't understand why they're upset with the guy they're driving for. They don't understand why did I go to the auction and my cars weren't pulled out and I didn't get to load them and leave? Why did I have to go look for them? Why did you tell me to get 9 cars and there's only 7? And it just constant, it just keeps going, right? So I don't want to deal with you and your guys' confusion, so I'm just going to go start my own because you guys don't know what you're doing, right? That's what happens. So I've said it for years. Every one of my drivers, I buy a brand new Peterbilt 7509 Cottrell. Here's your truck. Go drive. Can I buy it from you? Why would you want to buy this truck? You make more money driving it during the week. Get out, shut the door. You don't have to worry about the motor blowing up. You don't have to worry about whenever you drive over the thing and blow the tires out. That's $425 a tire. You just drive the truck, load the cars, unload the cars, and that's it. And you make 120 grand a year, right? So where I'm going is I'm going back to the individual that wants to start. They all start. We've all done it. I've done it. I'll say I did it. How much is my truck payment? How much is my insurance? How much is my trailer payment? Right? Okay. What the number one thing should be, let's just be nice and say, you're starting a new business and you got 2 years experience. How much money do you think you should really make? So I'll be real nice and say 60 grand. Okay. First year, owning your own business. There's your target. If you can make 60 grand your first year with whatever setup you got, you should start with, that's $5,000 a month. Okay.
Hey, by the way, and on this 60 grand your first year, is this profit? Is that net profit you're talking about?
That's no, that would be gross to you. So where I'm going is I'm
Are you going
saying
to make any money your first year then?
no, absolutely not.
See, that's what I'm getting. Okay,
Absolutely not.
so maybe that's the video. Either be a company driver and make a profit, or be on your own and, you know, pay it forward. I'm not, what I really want to get at here, Ty, is that I see so much and I don't understand why there's not more wannabe owner operators actually just driving for a company that can pay them money. And I hear what you're saying. And this is I made this crazy meme that, half my memes just fall flat. But I made this meme where this guy's saying "city of idiots," and the thing is that we kind of live in this weird culture where there's all this cheerleading and Kool-Aid drinking and rah rah of the company, but when it comes down time to work for that company, it ain't that great. Of course, you can't say that. That's cancellation. You can't say that. But we know what I said is true because the proof is in the fact that everybody wants to be their own operator, right? If it was so great to work for these companies, if that Kool-Aid were true, people would do that. But given the choice, they don't. So how can we improve? But we also know companies like Midwestern collect drivers that come from other companies because there's something different at Midwestern. How
Culture,
does
culture.
culture? So how does a company prove that what's really under the hood is really under the hood?
You can't prove it until you get in the truck and drive. And then even then you still can't prove it because it changes. So the when I say culture and community, I mean, I told you guys this. I've been over to Midwestern. I've hung out with Randy at the office, at the shop. I've hung out with Joe and Randy at the office, at the shop. And I'm telling you, there's a culture when you walk through the whole entire facility with these guys and they're talking to everybody from here to here, right? How you doing? What's going on? Oh, wow. I didn't know. How's your dog? I heard your dog. I saw your dog. What? You care? Yeah. So what happens is now here's your assignment. Go to work. Okay. That's pretty straightforward, right? Go pick up 9 and take them over here. Seems simple. It doesn't always go that way. I don't know why. I don't know
And
how. Nobody
that's
will ever figure it out, but
okay.
it is not go pick up cars and drop them off. It's
So
not.
okay, so this is part of the problem is that you could have a company that just sucks to work for. Then you also have you go into a situation with a set of expectations and you're the one not being flexible, right?
Well, because of the communication barrier. So what happens?
Right,
And
communication.
yeah. So in order for the culture and the community to work really well, we have to communicate. So what happens? I told John, go get those 9 cars and take them over here. It's pretty straightforward. Here's your paperwork. I even called ahead. The cars will be there, ready for you when you get there. Awesome, great. What am I doing after that? Well, we don't know yet. John, can we just get this job done first? Well, how come you don't know what I'm doing next? Well, because things change, John. Now, from a management, even not management, dispatcher, any level outside of driving a truck, it is so difficult to have this conversation with a driver because you have it over and 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 over every day, every minute, every load, every hour. What am I doing next? We don't know. It changes. I mean, it changes on the OEM, it changes at the auction, it changes at the dealer. To communicate and to have the driver that wants to go do his own business, which is a really bad idea, in my opinion, right now. But bring him over here to Midwestern. Let's put him in the Midwestern truck. Okay. What can I expect as a driver at Midwestern? You can expect a company that genuinely cares about you. That I believe with all my heart. And we're just using them as an example because they're our friends. But any company. So the
Which I
first
was
thing,
just going to say, there's the problem right there. They're our friends. And so, right now, in the 5 people watching, 20% of the audience is like, okay, you guys, they're your friends. You're full of garbage. Which again gets back to part of the. I want to stop you for a second. That flexibility, that what am I doing next? Why am I not? Oh my gosh, stop for a second because when you go to the load boards, you are quadrupling the unknown, the frustration. This is what's so funny. This is why this is why I defend the dispatcher. Man, the dispatcher's in a nightmare 24/7 trying to tell you, the carrier, what you're doing. And the crap keeps coming. The lies keep rolling in. The BS, the keys aren't there. And then the driver's like, well, you promised or whatever. Okay, I went overboard. But yeah, talk about not knowing what's happening. Being an owner operator is worse than not knowing as a driver.
terrible. But and this is where, okay, so I've done it, and the reason my face changes colors is because I'm just telling you, if you want to retain drivers, if you want to create a culture in your organization, you have to talk to your drivers every single second. You're like, Ty, every second, really? Well, if you have 100 drivers and they all have 100 questions, you'll be talking to drivers a lot. I promise. Okay, just trust me. And what am I telling you? Is it the problem loading the cars? No. Is the truck the problem? No. What's the problem? Why are we having this conversation? It's because you don't understand the way the business works. And we're not here to demean you. We're not here to make you feel bad that you don't know. But I'm just letting you know that
And
it does not stay the same.
and I'm going to jump in again. This is so crazy. You'd think I was like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, the way I talk about dispatchers, because again, that driver that needs regular communication, guess who is the best provider of communication between the driver and the company? A
Ding.
dispatcher.
Yeah,
That's what
right.
dispatchers do. They're constant communication.
That's why I said my new motto is if you need dispatchers, go to the local college and pick up a psychologist that just graduated. I'm serious.
That is great, man. A
I'm not saying that to be mean.
psychologist.
I'm
Oh, that's
totally
funny.
makes sense
Well,
because nobody know. Okay,
yeah,
your mind
good.
is a dangerous neighborhood. Don't go there alone. Say it one more time. Your mind is a dangerous neighborhood. Don't go there alone. What does that have to do with hauling cars? Period. But once you get everything done and you get up in the truck and you're ready to hit the air brake and you're ready to start grabbing gears, here we go. You get about 100 miles down the road and you start thinking, is this really the
Check,
best
check.
thing? Is this the best deal for me? Did I get, you start going bad places. Don't go there. What happens when you go there? What am I going to do when I get unloaded with it? Where do they even know who I am anymore? I called dispatch 22 times. I told them I'm going to be unloaded in 3 hours and they haven't sent me my next assignment. What is going on? That's what you're dealing with. And hey, it's the guy is great at what he does. He drives and he loads and he unloads.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
great.
well, and by the way, just mic check 1, 2, 3. I heard a noise in my ear. You can still hear me okay?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I'm not used to the headset. Jarrett's got a great question. We're going to get to that question in a second, Jarrett. Number one, thank you for tuning in. Okay. Just right there, you've won us over completely because I don't know what it is, Ty. And I know I say this and I know it costs me viewers just saying it, but I don't understand how us like getting down to brass tacks is so less popular than like drama and get rich, and it's really weird. Anyways, I just call it out because I still don't understand it, and I guess I never will. But what you're talking about, this flexibility of mindset, I don't actually know how how do you grow that? It's almost like a garden. How do you grow flexibility of mindset?
It's my opinion. It's serious. I know it's terrible, and I'm probably not going to get me to say anything else. But it's 100% communication. That's it. I mean, okay, the guy, this, I, yeah,
Right, this
it's
is really I mean,
communication.
we're like we've taken a weird right turn into psychologyville and it's difficult. All right, Jarrett Butenhoff asks, what's the number one reason why owner operators fail? Isn't it due to poor money management? I love this question, Jarrett. Thank you. Ty, what do you think is the number one reason why owner operators fail?
Yeah, definitely money, but then you got to break it down. Well, did they know? Did they know the business? Did they do any uh, research before? Yeah, they did. I talked to them. They watched 10 videos on YouTube. Okay. Did they go talk to anybody, car dealers? Did they go talk to auctions? No, no. So an understanding or the ability to actually go out and network. So yeah, money and poor money management, but I'm going to go with more lack of understanding, lack of business knowledge. How's that?
Yeah, I'm gonna, and again, Jarrett, I love this question too because this is an honest question.
Yeah.
Um, Meaning, yeah, it's at the root of the problem as we talk about.
Well, sorry to interrupt you,
Yes,
but
no,
here's
do it.
back to this video. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm just being nice and saying 60 grand. That's what you want.
Oh yeah, the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you can first stop. I want to be a car hauler. Why do I fail? First is and Jay, you hear me say it every Friday. I ask everybody two questions. Starting right now, I don't need to know the answer. Can you live 1 year without a check? You need to know. That's real important. You need to, and you better have good credit. Okay. Number two question, who's your customer? So because of ATI, because of the platform, because of what Jay's done, what we do every week, people watch this and they actually call, hey, Ty, I really like you guys. I watch, I follow you. I just want to, I need a dispatcher. Okay, well, you don't watch Friday if you call and you want a dispatcher. You're not really a fan. And I don't say that. I'm not being mean, but I'm just saying, okay. The reality of it is that you have, you're going to need a lot of money, a lot. And once you think you get started, then you run. I got my authority. I forgot. Nobody told me that was going to be $1,000. Oh, I forgot I had to pay the IFTA thing. That was another thousand. Oops. So you're going to need a lot of cash. All right. Second is it's just, and I use this example. I use it, I think, Tuesday night. If you want to start a lawn mowing business, do you go to the lawn mowing load board? No. You go talk to people door to door. You go shake hands. You knock on doors, and you look. You observe. That guy has a yard, and it has grass, and it grows. And I noticed that nobody's mowed it. So I'm just going to stop, and I'm going to say, "My name's Ty. I want to mow your yard." Okay, fine. But back to the numbers. Let's use 60,000. I think that's ultra conservative. Now, we all start with, I want a truck and a trailer and insurance. That's where we all start. Trucks, 1,000, insurance, 1,000, trailers, 1,000. That's not true, but let's just go with $3,000. Now, if you want to make $60,000 a year, that's $5,000 a month. So we're up to $3,000 of what we obviously know, which is a truck payment, a trailer payment, and insurance. Got it? And that's only $3,000. I can do that. That's only $3,000 a month. I should be able to. I saw a video that the guy made $5,000 a week in his one ton, hauling one car around. I saw it.
Dude,
right?
that's it. $5,000 a week in a 1-ton. And that's not even ridiculous, but it's unfortunate in so many ways. And that's what we're talking about. Keep going.
All right. So now you've got your $3,000 in between your truck, trailer, and insurance. And those are the obvious. And yeah, got it. But you still have to make a living, right? So put yourself on as an employee for $60,000. Now add $5,000 to the $3,000. Now you're up to $8,000 a month. Oh, that's a little different. And we haven't talked about fuel.
So, and I want to
Yeah.
jump in. I want to say this. See, this is the thing, Jarrett. What's the number one reason why owner operators fail? It's not as simple as money management, but rather as complicated as not realizing all of the costs that you're in for. And this is why Ty talks about, and I know it scares the heck out of me. Ty, every time you say, "Are you ready to go a year without making any money?" Like, I can't even name a year like that in my life. So it scares me. But I know you're preparing me for a level of cost that I'm not clear about. And not only that, not only is there's this list of costs, and we've put it up on the screen before, and I should have it handy, but I get tired of talking to two people about a spreadsheet. So let's crumple that up. We don't need that right now. Let's just talk about basics. Is that not only do you have this spreadsheet of costs that you're facing day one, actually negative day one, because you can't even make money day one. That's another problem. You've got a spreadsheet of costs you're walking around with, and nobody will let you haul their cars.
Yeah.
So you are
Hey,
just spending money and doing nothing.
well, okay, so because of the show we did Tuesday night, Dieselgeddon, I got on YouTube and I started. And YouTube's crazy, by the way. Like if you, so I'm looking for videos about the diesel, and then I keep getting all these car hauler videos that pop up. Well, there's this one. I don't know. I wish I knew. I should send it to you, but I didn't. I think it's a husband and wife team. They got their dually and their little Kaufman 3-4 car trailer. And oh my gosh, they don't say load board, but you know that they're getting the cars from the load board. So she's talking, it's Monday morning and it's 8 o'clock and we're going to go to the auction and we're going to get 2 cars and we're going to take them over to here and they pay this and it's going to be so great. And okay, let's go. So it's like a vlog, right? How do you like my girl voice?
Dude,
So
that
then,
is so funny, and it's so true. I think I've seen that video.
yeah, so then they get there and okay, we finally made it to the auction. It's 10:48. We didn't know it was going to take 6 hours to get here, but we made it. we got one of the two because the other one didn't work. So we're just going to leave with one and it's good. And you see the husband or whoever this guy is, he has got smoke literally rolling
Totally.
out of his ears.
So
I mean, it was,
he's like
he is
bouncing a
so
child and trying to change a
mad.
lug nut. She's
And
vlogging.
you can see the camera go like this close to him. You see the smoke rolling, and he looks away immediately, and you can hear his fucking son. I fucking hate Carl. I mean, he just loses it, right? It's so bizarre. And you're like, wait a minute, you drove farther than you thought, took longer than, so that had to cost more in fuel. Yep. You were planning on getting that car because the 8 o'clock video said that we are going to get two. Now you only got one. Now you just lost. How much money did you just lose? Oh, $1,000. So you went ahead and took, just really?
Well, no,
There you go. That's a
dude,
problem.
and you described it so well because here's a question: who the heck is watching this thinking, "Oh, that's what I want to do"?
Oh man. Well, see, what's funny is she's all chipper and excited about it, and life is so good, and la la
Oh,
la,
okay.
and he's doing the work, and she's vlogging it like, it's like, okay, you guys gonna try to make some money off your YouTube views, or what are you doing here? Because I'm watching the guy, I'm listening to you. You sound super excited, but you just lost 2 cars, you lost money, you lost time, and he's obvious. I mean, clearly this dude is not happy right now. I mean, really not happy. He wasted an hour and a half inside there trying to figure out how to get the key. It said it had a key. Oh, we found the key finally. It said it started. Oh, it doesn't start. Was there any way we can push it or pull it on? No, you got to get it yourself if you want. What? No help here? No, no help. Bye. He
And
comes out. She's, oh, and it's sunny and it's so nice. And look at
dude,
all this
uh,
money we're making
uh,
on this truck.
Ty, we have proven, in case anybody had a theory or a question, if you make videos that are fantastically happy versus videos that tell the truth, the difference is clear. You do not get the viewers if you tell the truth in car hauling. At least ATI has proven that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and this is good because I saw Mike in here earlier and he's like, so what are you doing anyway? I'm like, man, let me tell you what we're doing. You got a problem with transport, don't you? Yeah, matter of fact, I just bought 4 brand new rollbacks. What? Did you hear that? Let me say it again.
Wow. You know what? Hey, I just
Did
want
you
to
hear
say
what I said?
you bought four. Who bought 4 brand new rollbacks?
The auction. There's
Oh,
a reason.
now I'll tell you what, that's interesting
Here we
because
go. Back
that
to the
ties,
reason.
hey, and that ties into Carvana and IAA. These companies, oh my God, this is another wake up call. These companies are doing their own transportation logistics system. Yeah,
Yeah, because nobody wants to talk.
yeah, exactly.
You could
Oh my
come
God.
here and do so much business, it would blow your mind. I could walk back in here and just dominate. I mean, there for an auction to say, okay, there you go. Yeah, well, Ty, shut up because these guys, a rollback only goes this far. Oh no, no, rollback will go this far, right? Oh, they bought them for in time. I don't know why they bought them. They didn't tell me why. It's none of my business. But I'm just telling you, if an auction has their own equipment, there's maybe a reason. Maybe they can't get anybody to do the job as fast as they want to do it. And I think about our buddy Otto that we met in Troy, Michigan, up there, the NIADA award guy. Remember that video when we're sitting? He's on a Tuesday night where this guy won National Independent Auto Dealers Association award. That's a big deal. And he's telling us he doesn't go to auctions. So how do you sell cars? Oh, this way, that way. Well, how do you get them moved? How do you get them in? Oh, well, we went and bought our own trucks and trailers. There you go.
Hey, this is so funny, Ty. So in the live chat, both Fritz and Tri-State have identified the channel that you were just talking about, and they put it
Oh,
in
really?
there, and it's a husband and wife team. And Tri-State says, and then she goes and tells all her friends how easy it is, and then her friends tell the husbands to go buy a dually and become rich. So this it's freaking hilarious.
I didn't know. I'm not making
God,
fun of. I don't know. Have a clue
what
who
do
they
these
are.
people?
They seem nice,
What do
but
they
I
think
just
of us? Are we like the biggest downers? We must
Oh,
be
they probably
known
call
as
us
like the
dickheads.
downer
You guys are the,
channel. Yeah.
don't go over there. Those guys suck.
Oh, that's the downer channel, man. Do
Don't
not
watch those
watch the
guys.
downer guys. My
Well,
God.
I don't know. See, here's the thing.
It's so funny,
Honestly,
dude.
I think we're having a huge impact. And this is back to my conversation with Mike. Uh, he's like, "What?" I said, "Mike, transporters need so much help. It's unreal." He's like, "Well, you're right." And he starts talking about the back and forth. I'm like, dude, at some point here, there may not be any transporters. I don't know. It's getting out of control though. So, and the price
Oh,
of
don't
fuel, the
get me
price of
started.
go on Facebook. I
Don't
never go
tell
on
me.
Facebook, but you sent me that link, so I ended up on Facebook. I thought, well, I'll just scroll through for 1 minute. I'm scrolling through for 1 minute. Do you know how many guys are selling their hot shot stuff? I mean, it is one after the other, after
There
the other,
is
after the other. Whoa, whoa.
how many videos talk about all the people selling their hotshot equipment?
Yeah, why are you selling that?
Zero.
That's
That's
what
a
I always want to
zero.
know.
Yeah, nobody's talking. Dude, and um let's see. By the way, I've got some other, let's see here. That reminds me. Here we go. So I'm really considering to hotshot instead of getting my own semi. You'll love this. So tell me, why did you choose hotshot instead of semi? In my opinion, buying a semi, it'll outlast those dualies, lots of factors, cost. I bought a 2021 Dodge Ram 4500, but I feel that I would have been better off going semi. So put it to rest. I mean, the semi versus dually. Ty?
Uh, uh, Semi says there's different sizes of semis. So to say semi, like I think of a semi, big Peterbilt that hauls 9 cars, isn't the same semi as a 4500 Dodge Ram 4500. Dodge Ram 4500, when we say that, we say the beer truck. I always call it the beer truck. It's the class 4 through class 6. That's the perfect truck for 3 to 5 cars. Does that make sense? You got a picture of the beer truck? What's the beer truck? The beer truck's the thing you see behind the gas station that says Coors Light on it, or Coke, or Bud Light. The beer truck. It's a single axle day cab. You can find them with extended cabs, which I highly recommend the extended cab. They make them in automatic. They make them in stick. You can buy them new and you can buy them used. The prices are about this. This is what
Ooh.
drives me crazy. The price is about the same as a 4500 Dodge Ram
Hey,
2021.
I think Will's about to join us, and as Will jumps in, I just want to, I forgot about Fritz's. Hey, Ty, why do cars pay so bad but have the highest damage and insurance rate?
It's a good question that
I
nobody will
know.
ever find out. Nobody
Well,
has the answer to that.
well, and so I'm going to say this. Why do cars pay so bad? This gets into my negativity about companies and corporations. Record dealer profits, record automaker profits, but are they going to raise the rate 25 bucks to haul that thing?
No,
Nope.
no. And we
Now,
go to these
why is that?
conferences.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
We go to these conferences and we listen to the CEOs talk about how important it is to be transparent and how we need our inventory delivered timely and we need to know where it is and we got to see where it gets there. And man, we need all this stuff from you guys. If you guys could help us, that would be so amazing. And also, is there a way to do this and save us some money?
And so
Like, I
that's the thing.
literally hear that on the stage
They,
at a conference from a big executive.
I know.
They say that out loud.
They actually think the cost should go down.
Yeah, no joke.
What the?
Can we save money? Yeah, well, I guess that's what you get when you go woke. You
Like,
go broke.
but that's the thing. And this gets into this. My God. Oh God, the misunderstanding and assumptions and non-flexibility that we have in society, in corporate. I mean, it's unbelievable. What are you talking about? It should cost less. Have you
Yeah,
not? Do you not read the news?
yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, and
I
so
don't believe it.
the people, I think, my opinion, I could be wrong, but the people that are in the office, you talk about it on Thursday a lot. It's the corner window office. Uh, Not that they're bad people by any means, but really there's this really disconnect, right? Remember how we were talking just a few minutes ago about community and culture and how the driver, you really got to explain to them why you don't know what they're doing in 4 hours from now. Like that
Oh,
seems like such a ridiculous conversation.
it is, and here's another one. Oh, I was telling Kimberly about this. Um, you know, is that this? I heard a podcast of a CEO. Oh, hey, Will, are you here?
Yeah, I'm in. Can you hear me?
Oh, cool. Yeah. Hey,
Hey,
Will.
well, what up?
Hey, I'm gonna finish this story,
Hey,
and then we're
hi,
gonna.
Ty. Hi, Jay.
Hey, buddy. So,
Yeah.
all right. So you are. Hey, are you? Do you have video or no? If you
Oh,
don't, that's
I
okay.
just used the one tap link you sent me. How do I trigger it?
There. Are you on a phone?
Yeah, I'm on my cell phone.
Try like there should be a start video button, something like that.
I just got the regular Apple call screen. Oh, hang on a second.
But if you
If
see it
if I
while you're doing
yeah,
that, I'm
I
gonna.
don't see it, buddy.
Don't see it. Okay, no problem at all. Hey, you're cool.
Are
I'm gonna.
are
I'm
you
gonna.
using Zoom though? Or
Yeah, we're on Zoom right now.
okay,
Ty, do you
let me
have
call
anything to
back
add?
in.
Yeah. Try that. Try to call back in. I'll tell this story.
Okay.
So there's a there's a podcast with a CEO of a very large company. Okay, and in the podcast, he says all the same things we're saying. It's tough. It's complicated. We need great people, flexibility, all this stuff. So the CEO clearly knows the problems that we're pointing out. But when you go to book a load with that company and you talk about those problems and ask for more money, what do you think happens? Oh, you're muted. Besides, I don't
You
even
get
need it.
one of these.
Yeah, and I say I don't even need an answer. It's a rhetorical question. We all know. So that who, no matter where you go, there's a gatekeeper saying no. You can't have
Right.
more. You are this. You are small. I'm in charge, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the freaking gatekeepers. It
Yeah.
they say it comes from the top down. Nope. The top knows. The middle might know, but the little guy at the door, the security guard, no. You may
Oh,
not have.
yeah. You got a problem.
Man, what a
Hold it
downer
right
channel.
there, fella.
All right, hey, Will, are you back?
Yeah, I'm in.
All right, cool. So Will, welcome to the show, Will Crockett, enclosed hauler. Ty, Will, you guys take it away.
Great. Hey,
Well,
thanks so much for having me on the show. By the way, guys, it's really cool.
yeah. Yeah. Well, now, Jay, I was thinking, I'm glad we have Will on, but I think you ought to do the intro because you met Will. I got to
Oh,
talk to Will, but I don't know where Will came from.
yeah, okay. Well, Will, then you take
He's
it
one of
away.
yours.
Where'd you come from?
Oh, sure. I have a strange background. I was one of Time Magazine's portrait photographers for almost 30 years. And during that process, of course, I've always been a car guy. I grew up in a car family. I got a chance to actually drive the truck that hauled all our equipment around. And I loved it. I loved actually taking some vacation time and taking over for the driver that we had. I bet I put on over 25,000 miles just kind of part time, and I loved it. So after COVID, and I decided retirement wasn't for me, I went back and got my CDL polished up, and I started working on enclosed high-end car hauling. I've been in training for a couple of years, and I've been out on the road now for almost a year and learning a lot. Of course, I got a lot more to learn, that's for sure. But right now, I'm rolling through Houston, Texas, with about $1.5 million worth of cars in the back. And a question came up that I was talking with another driver about who are the companies that offer the best jobs in the high end collector car version of enclosed car hauling. And I didn't know. I've seen a handful of them when I load next to them at shows, for instance. So I figured, who's going to know? Ty and Jay. So I ended up sending you an email with my strange question, and you were kind enough to respond. So thank you for that.
Oh, wow, man. Well,
Yeah.
we appreciate you reaching out to us, and we love that you can join us and share your story. Um, Ty, did you have any questions?
Well, there was, now we did have a little meeting a week or so ago. I got to meet Will there. Now that, thanks, Will, by the way, for coming on. And also thanks for uh, letting us know your background, because I remember that now. But
Sure.
as the conversation went on, there was something that you asked. What were you asking? Do you remember?
Yeah, if a young guy's getting into this business, of course, we all want to do our best and we want to work with the best. Who are those companies? I've seen probably 6 or 7 big brand national carrier companies, chatted with a bunch of the folks that work for them. I'm kind of one of those guys. And I just wanted to put together like the top 5. Who are the top 5 go-to? If you've got a $6 million Ferrari, what's that company look like and who are they?
Right, right. And then so we talked about that, but then you'd said something there at the tail end. You're like, what if I wanted to get into the enclosed game? Didn't you ask me
Yeah,
that?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Because right now I'm just a company fleet driver and I'm very happy with the company I work for, but they're not quite uh, they're not quite at the upper end. Maybe I think they're aspiring to get there, but I was kind of taking a look to get information from you, Ty, because you're certainly the expert on this. When do you make that leap between just being a fleet driver to signing on the dotted line and getting your own truck and trailer and working the boards? Where is that decision and what questions do I need to answer to make a smart decision?
Yeah. And we talked about it for a little while. What'd you walk away with?
Well, I walked away with what I kind of thought it was going to be, and that is, first of all, you've got to be financially stable and have a projection for the next 12 months of what your expenses are and what you've got as far as the ability, if you get hurt, if there's a slowdown, whatever, to be able to make that leap to buy or lease or whatever, rent, whatever hardware you're going to use. And I thought that was really good advice. At first, having a 12-month backup, not meaning that you've got enough money in the bank that you could go completely off the grid without any income for 12 months, but have enough income there that if you needed to do a couple of months where you break even because you've got a motor repair or whatever it's going to be. I thought that was really interesting because me as a previous business owner, having 12 months worth of cash advance was kind of a staple, particularly in the photography world, because it changed so quickly, and unlike trucking. The other thing was how you get those jobs that you can have to replace your dispatcher, right? Because we don't really call them dispatchers in my company. We just call them loaders. And they give us the input to the trailer. Then we've got other people that we talk to when it comes to the customer end. So there's kind of 2 different halves for the way that this company's set up. That's a lot of work. And as a driver, I've got so much stuff going on anyway, particularly taking care of cars like these. How much energy and effort does it take for a driver to actually be on the phone while they're driving, trying not to be distracted? And really, is it possible? Because I wanted to know if it makes any sense for me personally, because I'm at a different spot than a lot of the folks are that are certainly listening to them, watching this program. Ty, give me a little recap of what your thoughts are about how much extra time and hours are you going to have to put in if you go from being a fleet driver like I am to an owner operator that's working the load boards?
Well, if you're going to go load board, I would just go ahead and say 7 days a week and at least 18 to 20 hours a day. And I would say that even if you don't do a load board, but as soon as you shift from I'm not a company guy anymore to I'm doing my own thing, if you're not prepared to literally work 7 days a week, 18 minimum hours a day, there's another red flag in Ty's world, because it doesn't matter. Pick the business. Pick Jay. We eat this stuff. We drink this stuff. We sleep this stuff. We wake up in the morning and we talk. I mean, it is constant.
Oh my God, right? I literally don't do anything else.
So
yeah, I hear you.
There's the big one. That number, so what are you looking at? Well, I don't know if you caught the first of the show, but we're sitting here talking about why doesn't everybody just go be a company driver? So, you're like, well, I'm working for a company, but there's some things. So since we're on this topic, let's talk about some things. What are some things that maybe get you to a place where, man, I don't know, I might want to do this on my own?
Yeah, for me, it would be the I'm not going to say who I work for because I don't want to sound like I'm speaking any negative. I'm certainly not. They've got a very successful business. They're proud of what they do and how they do it. But for me, at this place in my life, it's more important to me to have more cohesive work environment and maybe some more comfortable hardware.
He's
Um,
talking about culture too. I want to ask this.
yeah,
I want to ask this because this is I think one of the things that happen. I mean, I know I've worked for companies where I'm ready to jump off the ledge, right?
yeah,
The thing is, how do you get clients? Because there's this, and I've seen there's this other video out on YouTube for like DAT load board, and there's a lady and she's in front of her truck and she's great, but she makes it sound easy because
yeah,
the load board wants you to think it's easy, and that's fine too. I'm not trying to cause a problem, other than to say the reality of using a load board is, man, it's hard, and that's just the load board. And
yep,
if you do get your own clients, if you can get your own clients, keeping them happy, yikes, with all the competition out there banging on their door saying we're cheaper, we're better, we're faster, we're smarter. I mean, I see it on social media every day. Literally everybody in the United States that offers transportation says we're number one.
yeah,
Must be 1,000 companies or more. So you're
yep.
literally a gunslinger in the Wild West. The whole United States is the saloon, and you're saying I'm the fastest gunslinger here.
And I
That's
can
a
prove
heck of
it.
a thing to
Yeah,
say.
it is. It's a very bold claim. And I guess I'm kind of glad that those companies do that because we want them to be the best. Making those hollow claims is something that kind of sets off I call it my baloney buzzer. But I guess I want the company to be the best. And for instance, when I am next to some of the big boys in the industry at, say, a Barrett Jackson, the way that they handle the same situation expresses that they are the best to the customer, assuming it's a customer that doesn't have money as their top priority on who they're going to pick. If you want to have an impressive show for your customer, say this guy just bought 6 cars at Barrett Jackson, you're going to go with the top guys, right? You're going to go with the reliables and the intercities and the passports because all their equipment is beautiful. It's always clean. They wear uniforms. Their customer service on site is impeccable. But you're going to pay a lot more money for the same thing versus a company like ours that can do it for a lot less and maybe even faster. I'm not quite sure.
Well, this is interesting too because you can say you're number one, or you can say we're Barrett Jackson.
Yeah.
And maybe by saying we're Barrett Jackson, that's better than saying you're number one because we know who you are. This gets into media, marketing, etc. I hate to give out a secret, but nobody's listening anyways, is that by knowing who you are and seeing what you do is oftentimes better than all that gobbledygook of we're number one and all this animation and stuff. What is all that?
You know,
And yeah, go
yeah,
ahead, please take it away.
it ring for me. It rings hollow. If and of course I don't own a Ferrari personally. I do have a nice car, but if I did have a really nice car that I was happy with, and say I needed to get it to my second home or something like that, which I don't, I'm not in that position. But if I did, I think I would be put off if I went to a website and I'm looking for a Ferrari hauler, and the first thing I met with is we're number one. I don't think so. I think as a customer's eye viewpoint, I would say I don't believe that. Let me see more. I want to see what they're doing. I want reassurance that you're going to take care of my car, and then price will be at the last. So I think advertising that we're number one as your number one marketing point is probably a mistake in this business. Just my thought.
This is so cool. I was in my car. I'm listening to AM radio, and I heard a commercial come on, and it was a plumber. And he was
Yep.
talking about the beginning of the commercial, the plumber's talking about some of the mistakes he made. And I thought, oh, that's a really weird idea. I mean, Wow, you're going to tell me about, but it was personal mistakes, not plumbing mistakes. The plumber made personal mistakes and then kind of got my attention, got my interest, and I'm thinking about the guy. And then he's like, but I've learned from my mistakes. And that's why when we go to a client's house and we do plumbing, our goal is to leave the place, their situation, their equipment better than we got there. Anyways, it was a story, and I thought, man, that's it. It's
That
always
works for
about
me.
telling you tell a great story, find a way
Yep.
to tell it quickly, faster than I did, but it means a whole lot more than we're number one.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
You got to tell a story. You got to tell the story of who you are. You got to tell
Yeah.
your story.
Well, okay, but here's
Yeah.
where, so this is back to I want to start a car hauling company. And this is what I tell people. I'm like, look, you live in a town, right? Yeah. Okay, is there a Ford store? Yeah. Chevy? Yeah. Dodge? Yeah. Okay. Are there used car lots? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Does everybody where you live know who you are and what you do? What? Why would you not tell everybody where you live, my name's Ty, I transport cars? Why? Why would you not do that? So I'm talking, I know I'm a little bit off what you guys are talking about, but I think in a roundabout way, it still comes back to if you're going to own your business, if you want to be number one, if you want to say you're number one, or if you just want to show everybody you're number one, Jay said it a minute ago. What do you do?
Yeah. How do
Who
you
are you?
position that? Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So that's where Jay talks about the elevator pitch.
And
Jay and
what do
I,
you
when we go to,
stand for? Who are you and what do you stand for?
yeah. So the more, and that's where it's fun because, hey guys, I'm sure everybody wants to make money, and I'm all for making money. There's a better way to make money and a not so great way to make money. And one of the things that I feel is important, especially for this industry, and so it's like, are we talking about car haulers? Are we talking about dealers or auctions? Doesn't matter what we're talking. If you want to be successful, it's a relationship. If you want to have anything to do with the car world ecosystem, I don't care if it's a vendor, a wholesaler, a buyer, a dealer, a auction, whatever. I promise, it's relationship. Everybody needs to know who you are and what you do and how you do it. And until
I
you know
agree.
who you are and what you are and how you do it, how can you tell anybody?
And
So,
Ty,
yeah,
in my, let me interrupt here. Sorry about that. In
no,
my company, the relationship between the driver and the end customer on delivery is huge because the way this company's set up, you can turn that into money. And this is actually where I shine on my fleet, is my people skills and my communication skills. And you hit it right on the head. My relationship skills with my customer are very strong. So I get a 3% bonus when I get a customer that calls back or texts back with a compliment. And
Oh man.
I also get another 3% if they contact within 12 months the company to book another job, because they think the golden opportunity is when you pull up and you want to have that relationship with the customer, we want to make it worth your while to spend that extra 10 minutes and make sure that they sign all the paperwork and they're happy when you leave so that they come back. Because obviously, if a customer calls my company direct, my company doesn't have to pay the middleman. So they're making extra money and they send it my way. And if that's a 6% piece, that's a lot of money at the end of the year.
yeah,
You,
and that's culture.
and I
There
want
you
to,
go.
that's it. That's culture. And I want to say this too. That's another thing is that like, oh man, the companies that keep stacking the business with C-level executives, but they don't properly do hard work recognition, that's a huge mistake. What you just
Yep.
said, Will, I wanted to ask you
Yep.
if the company recognizes your work and your client relations and not just like a little, like bobblehead for your desk, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah.
money. That's another thing. People need money. I don't understand companies that compensate with like, okay, well, we got you a little, Dixie cup that you can collapse and give me money. I
That's
need
right.
money. The world
That's
runs
right.
on money, not Dixie cups. Can I get some money?
Well, I have to give my company props because when the job was offered, they said, all right, you can work if you go out 3 solid weeks, you can have 6 solid days, consecutive days home time. that's what we kind of expect. And of course, there's a lot of guys that don't. They work for 3 consecutive months and then take their time off. But my home time is actually really important to me. So I think I'm the only guy that actually protects that 6-day home time thing. Therefore, the company is not making as much money with me. However, I make up with it on the other end because I have at least double the compliments and I think double the spiff bonuses for the customer service, which of course is planting the seeds for that future business. So I think my company they don't tell me this, but they recognize that what I bring to the table is not the fastest driver. I am one of the safest, that's for sure. I do want to have my home time and I don't want to be a highway cowboy, but I'm also getting that customer satisfaction number way up there and I think they appreciate it.
And they should, and that's awesome because, I mean, who is the sales force? Obviously there's phone calls and outbound calls but it's the driver out on the road. That's who the customer sees. And so to tell the driver to do all these things and then not compensate for being the visible, that's typical corporate America. And that's, again, what a downer, Jay. But Ty, say something.
I'm saying, here's what I'm saying. I'm all for a company driver all day long. I'm a huge fan. I believe in it. I believe there are really good companies that really do want to make you make money, see you make money, see you do well. I'm also a big fan of doing it yourself, right? There's plus and minus, and there's minus and there's plus. My big, again, going back to my conversation with Mike here at the auction, is the value, the importance of the relationship is unprecedented and is really the key indicator for your success if you decide to go on your own. If you work for a company, there's still that same relationship. It's a little different. But my point is that, yeah, the remarketers may not understand, the dealer may not understand, the auction may not understand, the carrier needs more money, right? But we put ourselves in a position to maybe not get that money because we don't do things like Will's talking about. I present myself well. I make sure that I engage with the customer. I engage with the client. So simple little things. And this makes people mad when I say it, but I say it in front of AHA gang. I say, transport guys really suck, right? What? Yeah, we do. We got a long way to go. If we want to get more money, why can we clean up our act a little bit? Can we clean up the community?
Yeah. We need to elevate into a, we need to, well, in my previous career as a photographer, there were a lot of people I think that could take better pictures than I did. But I was the guy that shot the cover shot for Time magazine because they knew I wasn't going to, excuse my French, piss off the CEO of Chrysler, who's known to be a troublemaker anyway, that I went in there with a 10-minute photo shoot that took me 2 days to set up. Boom. There was a lot of photographers I think could have done a better job, but I got the job done. I didn't hack anybody off. Everybody was happy. That was the key to me in the photo universe. And now I'm trying to reflect a little bit of that into the trucking world too. Like for instance, I don't know why we don't wear uniforms. The difference between a driver who's dropping off a Ferrari in slides and socks and dirty shorts and a t-shirt that has Grateful Dead on it doesn't make any sense to me. You see the big boys, they all have uniforms. They make a nice presentation.
It's so true. I don't understand.
It's true. Yeah. I have some guys in my fleet that make fun of me because I wear Red Wing boots all the time, and they are always shiny, polished, looking great. That's a tribute to my grandfather, by the way. It's a personal thing for me. But the guys make fun of me because I have shiny boots, and I go, wow, that's kind of backwards from what you'd think. You'd think they'd look at it and go, man, maybe I should have shiny boots too.
Well, my battery's about to die in my earpiece here. How are we on time?
We're an hour in. I mean, we're having a great show.
It is great.
That's fine. Yeah, no, we'll take it away.
I mean, as soon as this thing dies, you're going to get all the wind. I don't know how much wind you're getting now, but it'll get worse.
All right. Well, we'll kind of wrap it up and keep going.
Yeah. And thanks, Will, again, for coming on.
Yeah,
I guess, again, I feel like one of the main points of this platform is to try to raise the bar. Raise the bar. We're not just truck drivers. We're not just mechanics. Those are important, and they are important conversations that we need to have about tire size, air inflation, and straps and chains. Those are all
Yep,
important, I promise.
absolutely.
But the people that genuinely succeed in this business, I promise you, you go back and you find any one of them that started the organization and grew it to here, was no more than a sales guy.
Yep, that's true.
All right.
That's true.
So brush up on your Tony Robbins and your, my other one is Dale Carnegie. Go How to Win Friends and Influence People. Go read that book this
That's
weekend.
right.
You got 3 days to read it. Go after it. Then go talk about hauling cars. Just
Well,
kidding.
I agree 100% with you, and and I'll leave you with this: as three older guys in this industry that's got a lot of young folks in it, I can always say the probably safest way to ascend to the top of the industry is to put as much professionalism into the world of professional car transport and think about being a professional and what that looks like, and then be it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Do what Will said and have a great 3-day weekend, everybody. If you need me, call me.
Thanks.
474-832-2764. Go ahead, Jay.
No, I just was giving you a thumbs up, and I'm going to put your 417-483-2764. He means it. Ty's phone number is now in the live chat, 417-483-2764. Why would you call Ty? Well, if you want to talk to, you watch the videos and whatever maybe you got a rant or maybe you got a question, Ty will talk to you.
Yeah, I will. And
Mano a
I'm not
mano
asking for
or
money.
womano.
I'm here to, yeah, I'm here to try to help you. Maybe save you from making a bad decision, which a lot of my phone calls turn into that. So, guys, I
Yeah.
appreciate you so much, and I really do love this business. And call me if you need me. Thanks, Jay. Thanks,
Thank you,
Will.
Ty. Have a great weekend. I'll wrap this up. Will, I want to thank you as well for jumping on today. And you said a lot of great stuff. Meaning, what I mean is, you had a lot of great contributions because I think that, we're seeing in the live chat, people are asking good questions. You're talking about professionalism and ethics. And what I wanted to say is that I think one of the problems is that, and this is one of the things I think Ty and I were touching upon before you joined us, is that
Yeah.
oftentimes it's the ownership that doesn't match the driver's communication and professionalism. And
Great.
oftentimes it's the driver that doesn't meet the owner's professionalism and communication. And there's no way to parse it all out who's doing what wrong. But I guess we just assume after a while we become programmed to assume that everyone's going to drop the ball. No one's as smart as us. No one's going to help me, and I'm just going to have to go out on my own and fight against the world. And then what happens is you start your own business, and you realize it's even harder than it was being a company driver. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
I think being an owner operator is even harder than being a company driver. But what do you think about that?
Oh, I totally agree. I really don't want the extra headache. I want to really enjoy my job, which I do. Thank heavens the pay is more than actually I thought it was going to be, which I know is rare to hear from a trucker. But I would prefer to have that extra time in my life to just enjoy the scenery as it goes by instead of dashing to try to get another call and put somebody else on hold and text message while I'm driving.
My gosh.
That's a younger guy's game. And if you're okay doing that, that's fine. I'm just not. I'm going to finish this life off being on its highest peak I possibly can and have zero accidents and enjoy the entire ride.
We were they were talking about a YouTube channel again in the first half of the segment of like a husband and wife team, and the wife is I guess she's doing her like vlog while the husband's loading, unloading, and I honestly I want to try and give it as much credit as I can, but the point is that when you see that real life, we okay, let me also contrast it with there was a video that we were
Yeah.
talking about. This guy made this video.
Okay.
You can make 5,000 a week as a hot shot, okay?
Oh,
And
okay.
actually it was a good video.
Yep.
But I do want to put a show together where we have a reaction to it, because we have several folks in ATI that I ran this past that had different comments, and I had a couple comments too. But it was a good video, better than
Oh,
most.
that's real. I've seen that. Absolutely, you can make that kind of money hot shot. I guarantee you can.
But, well, yes, you can, but it doesn't mean you will every week.
No way.
Here's the thing is,
Yep.
if you're working off the load board, there is zero guarantee that you'll make that every week.
That's right. You could lose that much in a week if you're not careful.
And it's never said in the video where those customers came from.
Right. And
Not,
of course, that might be
it's not in
one
there.
customer every 6 months writes that hot shot check for $5,000.
And I also know as a dispatcher that I've booked loads for Hot Shot where we have easily grossed $5,000 a week. But again, that's not money you keep. And at the end of your spreadsheet of expenses, how much is left?
That is a great thought. And I had another thought whiz by. You are the best representative for this industry that we could ever ask for. And thank you, by the way, for doing such a great job.
Thank you,
because
Will. That's crazy.
I know that is a mountain of work to do. And you thank goodness your skills flow right into this and you make it look effortless, which in fact I know it's not. But maybe the solution,
I
Jay,
make it look so easy. People are like, this is so easy.
yeah, try it.
Try it, exactly.
What if we had a panel discussion with those folks? How about you invite them onto the show?
And you know what?
Let's have a group convo.
I want to actually do that, because that is that's such a good comment, Will. Because what I don't want to do is, I never want to be in the glass house just chucking rocks at everybody. I don't want to do that.
No need to be negative.
Yeah, no, and I am pessimistic and I sound like a downer, but I'm also pessimistic and a downer about corporate America. Oh, don't get me started on the shippers. Oh my gosh, the shippers. I'm just going to do this here because I've been down on the. Yeah, let's spread it around here, Jay. On the shippers, there's a new commercial where there's a guy laying on a giant cat on his app ordering a car. Have you seen this?
Really? No.
It's kind of like an Alice in Wonderland thing. This guy is like, he's Alice in Wonderland laying on a cat, and there's a deer talking to him. This is a commercial.
Really?
And he's ordering a car. Yeah.
Really?
Because it's so easy to order a car that he's in Fantasyland.
Okay.
Wait till he gets to the delivery button.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. Have a good time there, Fantasyland.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. This stuff drives. But that's the shipper. They've set the shipper up for failure.
Yeah. True.
This shipper is. Yeah, I want to see the second half of the ad where the shipper's waiting on delivery and he's like on fire inside of a giant grill, and everything's charred and his his hair's on fire. Yeah, I want to see that.
And having trouble getting paid, because you're always going to have that one guy that you think is legit and they're trying to slide something janky past you. Oh, how about Bitcoin? No.
And here's the thing, and Chris put it in the live chat, that is ridiculous. Who other than me, Mr. ATI Downer, is going to point this out?
Nobody.
Nobody's going to point this out.
You're the guy that's getting arrows in your back.
That's why I'm alone. I'm alone in this nightmare. But I'm alone in the nightmare with all the drivers out there that are staring at an in-op and nothing, and nobody, and there's a guy saying, we close in 5 minutes.
That's right.
And the thing has no tires. There's no key. It doesn't pay enough.
Oh, yeah. You're out of time on your hours of service.
It's Friday heading into Memorial Weekend. Now, corporate America is talking about how great Memorial Weekend is and everybody's happy and Kool-Aid and cheerleading. But let's go see how the car haulers in the yards are doing right now. How you guys doing?
Yeah, it's frantic time.
Freaking out. People are flipping out right now. Yeah.
Yes.
There's one guy that definitely won't ever see his Crocs again. Oh, it's crazy.
He's making that call that all of us hate, and that is, honey, I'm sorry, we got to cancel the plans for Sunday. Exactly. I'm going to be in San Antonio. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And those add up over time too. You know what I mean? That can take a real strain on your family, of course, but your relationships. There's a lot to that I think we need to address at some time too.
Well, and that I'm so glad you said it because that's where like then I, Mr. Meanie, I look at these load boards and I'm talking about us begging for chicken nuggets on every load because that's all they want to give you is maybe all right, well fine. I'll come up 6 nuggets. Really? It's a car. It's a car and I won't see my family this weekend. And you're going to give
Yeah,
me 6 nuggets?
yeah.
Wow,
And of course,
Jay.
what they don't realize is we drivers have the keys to their car too. So if we ever wanted to get super
Oh,
crazy,
well
we could do
this
some
is
donut videos
and so
with their
this is
Ferrari,
it's funny you say that because this is where on Facebook.
which of course we don't, by the way. Let me
Well,
make sure I set that out there. We never do that
well,
ever.
no, it's not. Yeah, there is a shipper right now thinking that Ferris Bueller's Day Off is happening.
Right? What would I do if I
Totally.
had that trailer?
That
Yeah,
Ferris Bueller's Day Off ruined it for who knows how many transportation guys.
that's right.
God, that's so funny, man. Oh my God.
Well, I love the idea of asking those folks to come on in and
Yeah,
let's talk about some of the details.
yeah.
And if the ultimate goal is to inspire young, get going people in the professional business of car hauling to raise their game a little bit, I'm sure they would be interested and it would make for a really good show.
Man, I appreciate that. And that's the thing. I love that you understand that the goal here is to, this is like, we still haven't even clarified what orientation looks like.
Right,
We're literally
right.
we've been stuck in chapter 1 for 5 years on this channel
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we're still just trying to get everybody to say, okay, this is day 1,
Right. But you've got to define all the terms too,
right?
because
What's
a
day
certain
1?
word means
Yeah.
something different for one company or one driver than it does somewhere else. And unfortunately, sir, that's relying on your shoulders. You're the first one on the mountaintop, so you're going to have to make the best of it.
That's the crazy. I just said that to somebody last week. I'm the first guy on the mountain. That's what I
Yep,
said.
you are.
Wow, that is crazy, man.
Well,
Crazy.
you're doing a great job, buddy. I hate to
Thank you,
go. This
Will.
is a
No,
great
I gotta go
conversation.
too.
I
Yeah,
got to
this
get
has been
back on the
great.
road.
Well, Will, thank you so much for all of your time, participation, and for reaching out to us. You take care. Keep us posted, okay?
Absolutely. And if anything you need from me, give a whistle. All right.
Okay, right on. Thanks, Will.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate
All
it.
right, cool. Thank you. And everybody jumping in the live chat and saying hello and tuning in. Sure do appreciate it. We'll let Will go. Oh, and I do have, I guess I've got, um, we did Diesel get it. I'm just looking at some of my news here, Carvana and stuff. Well, you know what we'll do is Tuesday night. Yeah, I'll save the rest of the news. Tuesday night. I'm not ready for it yet, but I'm going to try to finish getting ready. So a year ago, I did the Auto Transport 21, and it was 2021. 21 top companies driving change in car shipping. I've been asked to do the next installment, Auto Transport 22, top 22 companies in 2022 driving change in car shipping. And so I'm working on that. And that is no small feat because how do you define top 22 companies, like 22 companies? And I'll stick with the United States driving change in car shipping. And what it really boils down to is it's a lot of tech. It's more automakers than before, and more. So there's more to talk about there. So that's Tuesday night. Please join me for Auto Transport 2022 on Tuesday night. And before that, I think I'm going to try to do top 25 uh, asset heavy auto transport businesses by size. So I got a lot of homework to do. So you have a great Memorial Day weekend. And if you're in a yard right now with an in-op, no keys, doesn't pay enough, and you're staring down the barrel of a difficult weekend, I'm with you. ATI is with you. It's the Car Shipping Business Channel. We're all about the truth in car shipping. Dealers, auctions, carriers, drivers, brokers, dispatchers, shippers, tech, insurance. Everybody's welcome here. We sure do appreciate your time and support. Please join us Tuesday night. I think we've also got, live carrier advice on Wednesday, and then maybe another Cars on the Move next Friday. I'm still remote live, so hang on to your boots. There's so much more to do. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care. Stay safe. Have a great weekend. If you are and you make it home for this weekend, please enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the time off. And God bless America. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care.